All right, so our next piece from Greatest Hits, from Greatest Hits is Puff the Magic Dragon. And the first thing that I would like you to look at is that the hand position here has changed. Before we were using the thumbs as shared note, right, on C. Today, or in Puff the Magic Dragon, the thumbs will share on note D. Now, we have talked about G major many times, right? G major has an F sharp, and here as well, you will have an F sharp. In addition, you will see that in measure 23, there is a C sharp in the left hand. Other than that, the hands always remain in their position, and it should be a smooth sailing. One more sort of new rhythmic pattern that we haven't talked in detail yet is in measure 1, where you have the quarter dotted note, the quarter note right here, the quarter note with the dot next to it, followed by the 8th note, and then 2 quarter notes. So here we are in 4/4 rhythm 4/4 meter. And the way I'm going to count it, and I'm going to count it in a second as well, would be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the quarter note without the dot would be 1 and. But because we put a dot next to it, it extends it by half its value. So that means 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Okay, then we are going to measure, what measure is that? Measure 6, and here we have 8th notes, and 8th notes we talked about it already before, but those are notes that are basically twice faster than the quarter note. And so if I wanted to start counting from here, I would count it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, yeah, etc. This is a little bit weird because I'm seeing myself in reflection and my finger goes this way on the page, but on the screen it goes the opposite way. So I'm sorry if I'm a little bit hesitant which way I go. So if I wanted to clap that, or I'm going just to tap it on my knee here, this is, or maybe on the music, this is how it would be. Puff the magic dragon, or 1 and 2, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so if I were to play the first measure, so all I'm talking about is the rhythm right now, is this is how it would sound rhythm wise. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, one more time, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, last time, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, great. So that same rhythm repeats many times. So measure 1, of course, measure 9, which is identical, measure 17, measure 25, and it's always where you have that, right? Okay, great. So now I'm going to switch. So measure 6, 8 notes. I'm going to also play that. Measure 6 will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, first measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, so this is the rhythm. Now I'm going to switch to the above camera, and I'm going to talk about the hand positions first. All I'm going to do today is the first page, so one page at a time. The second page is pretty much identical to the first page, so I don't actually have to teach it. I don't think. The only difference there is the last line, but I think you could figure it out on your own. In any case, here we have a different position. So before that, in the previous songs, we had middle C and the thumbs shared middle C. Here we're having D and the thumbs share D. Okay, so what I would like to do is to start with my right hand, and I'm going to try to play it from the beginning, maybe the first 2 lines. So here we go. 3 and 4 and G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and actually let's stop there. So I played the F sharp, obviously, because I'm in the key of G major, and G major has the F sharp. I'm going to play that again. Ready, go. 1 and 2 3 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and last time. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and very good. Measure 3 starts with E with the second finger. Ready? Here we go. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time, measure 3. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yes, very good. So now I'm going to go to measure 5. I'm going to place both of my hands shared on D, and I'm going to start right on the downbeat of measure 5 with the left hand on C. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and right hand, 3 and left hand, 4 and left hand B, right hand D, 2 and 3 and 4 and good. One more time, measure 5. Let's place our fingers. I'm going to start with the second finger on C. Ready? Play. C, C, D, C, B coming up, D, G, G, G. Okay, very good. Let's do it one last time. Ready, go. C, C, D, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you need to do it a few times more, please pause. If not, let's continue. So now I am in measure 7, where it says land called Honolulu. First, I'm going to look at my left hand. So I have A, 1 and 2 and, followed by C sharp. That's my middle C, by the way. C sharp, 3 and 4 and now I have a ledger line D, so it's right here. Cancelled C sharp because it's a new measure. All right, one more time, measure 7, left hand, A, 1 and 2 and stretch to C sharp, 3 and 4 and D, C natural, B, A. Good. Now let's play the right hand. Starting on G. Ready, go. G with 4. 1 and 2 and F sharp, G, A. And left hand will play here. Right, good. Right hand again, G, ready, set, and go. G and E, F sharp, G, A. Again, pause if you need to practice that little section. If not, I'm going to put hands together now for measure 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and very good. Then measure 9 through, like the next 2 measures basically, right, are basically identical. There is one little change there. So I'm going to play for you right hand from measure 9 till the end of this page. So listen and watch, and here we go. You can actually play with me if you want to. Measure 13, middle C. I'm going to have my thumb ready here with the left hand. 1 and here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 so hopefully you guessed right. The change is in measure 15. Right? It is similar to measure 7. The only difference is that last note, it's an A. I misspoke, by the way, before. On measure 13, it's a second finger on C, right? Because our position, the thumb is on D. All right, so that's basically that. In measure 15, the left hand has a simple C, then D, and then G and B. So hopefully you'll be able to put hands together. Next, I will publish play along, so you can actually practice with me in a very small tempo, and hopefully it will help you learn this quicker.